one of the other things that came out of Sunday was Kadarius Toney. You know, he played. Everyone was surprised he started out in that game, and he did, and got a catch right away. Well, the big thing that I've seen, and I wanted to ask you this, what your opinion is on this, because you've been in NFL locker rooms, you've seen the new guys come in, you've seen the new guys try to be implemented right away when it comes to a new offense. But the big thing I'm seeing is people are starting to question Skyy Moore's development. So Kadarius comes in, he gets the first catch. Yeah, they get 2 catches in the game. Whereas Skyy Moore in all the games he's played this year only has 6 catches for the year. Do you see that do you think Toney's usage kind of tells us a little bit about Skyy Moore's development?
I mean, not necessarily. I think what Toney brings to the table is a very distinct skill set. And so you get a guy, you trade for him, you want to utilize him because he has that ability. He has the skill set to do these things. And so Skyy Moore, look, he's going to be here. We drafted him. He's going to be here. So it's like, hey, look, let him still learn. He's still developing, right? It may take him longer, but he may be there. But we know with this offense, one guy might get 6 catches and another guy might get 2. He might not get a carry. Then all of a sudden he gets 8. And so we knew what this offense is going to look like this year. So I don't really look at it too, as anything else other than saying like Kadarius Toney and Skyy Moore is 2 different type of players. That's how I look at it. And so if we want to utilize Kadarius Toney's, his ability, then we're going to do that. So that's why we brought him here. So I think McColl's a little banged up. I heard he had a little something with his abdomen. I don't know. So if this is something like, it's ideal that you got a guy who's been in the league for a couple of years, right? Who's learning, who's got this skill set, come help out.
Interesting. So you don't see those two, like, you see their skill sets being completely different. Like next year, ideally, you have them both on the field at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. I don't think they're the same guy at all.
Yeah. I
think Skyy Moore is one of those guys who he's more crisp in his routes. He does a good job. I think he's good. He got good hands, and he's just going to get better, So I think Kadarius Toney already has that year up underneath his belt, right? First round pick. Shoot, just utilize the skill set. Toney has a year up on that experience on doing those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and some of the counter arguments to that, because I've seen a lot of people were saying, well, Toney, we brought him in. There's specific packages just to showcase him a little bit, the new toy that we got. But Skyy Moore's been in the system all season, but he's only managed to get you 6 catches, whereas Toney comes in right away and it's almost like, cut what Skyy Moore did in half already in one game's play. But it's just there's people looking for things to hate on, I think.
Yeah, man, shoot, with this offense, man, anybody can come and eat.
Yeah, 100%. For real. Yeah. And then I don't think we really mentioned this in the post-game show. Noah Gray's catch at the when I rolled that. Woo!
Phenomenal, man. Yes, sir. I see you 8-3. Go good. Go get it. Go get it. Him and Chad both had pretty good catches. Track caught one behind him. Mm-hmm. Snatched it right out of the air, man. It's how you pluck it. Pluck that ball out of the air. So yeah, tight end showing out, coming in.
Yeah. Actually on that play too, because we talked about the 70 passing attempts and how that could, Pat could get, we're putting him in harm's way a little bit. On that play that he threw to Noah Gray, you look at it, Simmons, he dives right for Mahomes' knees. Luckily, Mahomes does that little hop step thing where he gets out of the way when he throws the ball. He moves left, but Simmons was going right. Carson Palmer-esque type knee injury could have been if Mahomes stayed in that spot.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. You just gotta watch it. You gotta protect him too. Sometimes you have to protect him from his own self. Like, hey, man, look, okay, get out of bounds. No need for you to run. If you see anything, go ahead and throw it out. Whatever you need to do. But that's what I'm saying. Like when the more that you're putting in his hands to do these things, the more he's susceptible to injuries and things like that. I just don't want to do that. That's me personally.
Yeah, no, I think most everybody is with you. Some people who aren't Chiefs fans who are fantasy fans of Mahomes. I'm sure they disagree with you because they like Mahomes dropping back 70 times a game to get them more points in fantasy.
Dude, hey, look, I got Mahomes on my fantasy. I like for him to get the points, but hey, man, he could get them with 40 throws.
100%. And with without putting him in harm's way, you get him for the rest of the season, hopefully ride you to the fantasy championship instead of, throwing 70 times getting hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah. Better to have him than not have him at all.
Right.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.